Good morning. How's everybody doing today? My day started off cuckoo. I thought today my son was going back to school, and it turns out that he's not. But we went to school anyway. We got everything ready, and we went to school, and then we got there, and school starts tomorrow. So there you have it. That's how I started my day today. Today is Monday. Monday's the day governed by the moon, and the moon is currently void in Taurus. Oh, void moons. What a great thing. So here's what I want you guys to remember. We are in an eclipse. We had an eclipse over a week ago at the 4th degree of Capricorn, and we are going to have another eclipse on the 10th in Cancer. And the eclipses are where the south and north nodes always are. So it's really what we're letting go and what we're moving towards. And so Capricorn is the masculine in some astrology. Sometimes in some astrology, Leo is the masculine, but you know, for these purposes, Capricorn is the father, is what I'll say. He's the father. And so Capricorn is the patriarchy. Capricorn is the government, politics, all of our systems, political systems, educational systems, all of our systems are all what Capricorn governs. And we have the South Node there. So all of that is coming undone. And we are moving towards Cancer, which is where the North Node is. And Cancer governs our feelings, our internal security, our internal lives, like who we are internally, our private selves. And that's where our North Node is. So that is coming on board. And so the things that will begin to irritate us are the things that are out of alignment. So say, for instance, you have a wrong relationship with your work. Like maybe you just are doing a job because it pays the bills, but you really internally feel bad about it, or it doesn't feel like it suits you. That job is going to become more and more and more displeasurable, and something will happen. The energy of it is going to really, it'll start to displace you. Or say you're in a relationship where you have wrong actions or things like that. All of those things that are systemic and structural, that are out of alignment with who you are internally, how you feel, are going to become so exacerbated. So what will it show up as? It'll show up as anxiety, depression, sadness, fear, all of that sort of stuff. Hold on a second. I want to see if I can get my tea. Hold on. It'll show up as anxiety, depression, fear. It'll show up as, it'll show up in your life. It'll show up in your body. It could show up as health challenges. It could show up as, because Capricorn governs our internal structure, body pain, things like that, right? So wherever you're not being in integrity is what I want to say. Thank you. In integrity with yourself. Where you're not being in integrity with yourself is going to show up. So, for instance, people have been having this conversation about toxic masculinity. Ooh, that's hot. People have been having a conversation about toxic masculinity, and all toxic masculinity is the absence of femininity. A feminine energy is what it is. And what is the feminine? The feminine is the internal, the masculine is the external. So when the external becomes toxic is when it has not worked in tandem with the internal. Because it needs to be as above, so below. So when it's just so below, so below, so below, so below, so below, it's just toxic. And that is what toxic masculinity is. It's masculinity that does not work in conjunction with femininity at all. Toxic femininity is the same thing. Femininity that does not work in conjunction with masculinity. That's all it is. So what I have been working with through this eclipse season for myself is, as a woman, I have a tendency to sacrifice myself for men. It's just the way the world sort of demands that we do, especially if it's a shiny, sparkly man that just makes me go, ooh. I literally am like, what can I give you? How can I serve you? And I will abandon myself. And the culture has taught us that what men do is more valuable. The culture has taught us that who they are is more powerful. The culture has taught us all of those things. So my tendency to abandon myself or to become consumed with a man is something that is a cultural thing that we're all sort of groomed in. And so what I'm doing through this eclipse window, because that's my internal structure, that is where I'm out of integrity, that I would find myself less valuable, like my ideas, my gifts, my talents, less valuable than that of the men that are in my life, because maybe they make more money, right? Because we value money more than we do experience or connection. Money is the thing that we hold up as God. So we tend to, it's like, well, whoever's making the money, that's the person who gets the biggest piece of whatever. And so I am questioning that inside of myself, seeing how I do it, seeing where I do it, accessing why I do it. And I'm beginning to become aware of it so that I can make sure that I don't do it in the ways that I've done it before, because it's something that I'm happy to do. I'm a feminine woman. I'm happy to be of service to the masculine, but I need to make sure that there's some reciprocity in it for me, where I'm not giving myself away for free, where I'm not giving myself away with an expectation that, oh, he'll see what I've done and so he'll do this. No, I'm going to communicate what my needs are. I'm happy to do these things for you. I'm happy to serve you in this way. I'm happy to be this if you need me to. And here's what I will need in return for that. Because that is self-preservation. And as the feminine, we don't value it. So there's this, we won't speak up. We won't say exactly what's going on. This is the core of me too. Like, yes, I will come into your, experience and do these things for you, but here is what I will need, right? Like, it's just this opportunity for us to really understand our value. And that's what I'm experiencing. And it's different for everyone, but I think we can just start with a basic conversation around what is femininity, what is masculinity, what makes it toxic, and then how are we practicing that? Where are we abandoning ourselves? Where are we not internally? Because this is first and foremost an internal conversation, right? So we all have feminine and masculine energy, and however we function on the outside is a direct reflection of what we have going on inside of us, right? So that's how that works. So the moon in Taurus, it's void. Taurus is our senses, our sensibilities, our senses, our smell, touch, taste. And if you can ignite to your senses and where they lead you, you can actually begin to really access your power and control your emotions, which is the most powerful thing to be able to do, to control and direct your emotions. So if you can discover how you have been wired at the level of your internal Taurus, Taurus is like the place where our emotions, our senses come to life. And that's something that happens when we're children, right? When we're babies, that happens. And so if you can see how you've been programmed to use that, then you can begin to reprogram yourself and then use that energy to create what it is you really desire. And guess where I teach that? In the 13 Moons Initiation. So I'd love for you to join me or get private coaching or readings so that you can understand how to use your power and understand how to be who you're here to be. Peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.